Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the MANUTD direction. We're talking about the post-match game on Monday, Super Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, United States. Yes, to review. United fans just going to talk about how they saw that game yesterday. Are they happy? How excited? Are they so ambitious that they're thinking league titles? But we're going to talk to guys who really understand the game. Welcome us today is Devin representing Miami, right? Or Tampa.
Tampa.
I got this right. Tampa this time. Devin, welcome to the show. The positive smiling one. How are you, bro?
I'm very happy. And how are you?
Oh, I'm not complaining. Just trying to keep my excitement a bit, not trying to get too carried away. Joe, the soul man representing Houston Red Army. How are you, brother? We missed you at the bar yesterday, mate.
What's going on, fellas? Yeah. Just made memories with the wifey yesterday, man. We watched the whole game.
That's
Got up,
quality time.
had our coffee, had our breakfast. Just chill. It was a good Sunday. It was a good Sunday morning.
And it leads to a good Monday. Don't you feel like a bit a step in your?
Not gonna lie. It feels good. It's a good feeling, man.
Go on, Joe. Finish. What are you gonna say, Joe? What are you saying? Something?
Nah, not gonna lie. It's a really good feeling, man. I mean, just the buzz. I mean, with the kind of transfer window we had, just seeing the team progress and beating our rivals, and looking good, So I'm fully bought into the progress. Like to me right now, Ten Hag is like, like how you put your GPS on the address on your GPS and it tells you to go this way, and you're like, wait a minute, nah, I think I know a better way, but then you always run into that traffic. That's how I look at Ten Hag's decisions from now on, man. Like he's Waze. To me, he's Waze right now. You just do what it do, man. Just like it knows the quickest route. It's
right.
It knows how to get us home. So
right.
I'm just, because there were some decisions that was made yesterday that I questioned, and
I think we all questioned it, mate.
Yeah.
Because we did that preview on Saturday, and we were thinking he's got to start Casemiro, he's got to start Ronaldo, and we had that rumored span of Varane, Casemiro, Ronaldo, and not start. You, Joe, wanted Anthony to start. You emphasized Anthony must start.
I'm telling you.
We were saying, the Premier League is a new league. He's not trained in 2 weeks, which you could kind of see a bit, but hey, Ten Hag knows him. So let's get right into it. We're just going to go straight into the player ratings quickly so we get that out of the way. As you know, United started with the solid, they call them the defenders of the universe. They seem to be defending everything. We're going to start. De Gea, just give me a scale of 1 to 10. Devin.
7.5.
7.5. Okay. Joe?
Yeah, about 7.5. It really wasn't even his fault for the goal.
Right. Malaysia. Devin.
Probably have to go with a 7.
Joe?
I'm gonna give Valencia a 7.5, maybe even an 8. He definitely earned his check.
Yeah,
and like Saka from time to time was cooking him over there. I was even thinking maybe towards the end of the game he was getting a little bit tired. Maybe bring in Luke Shaw, just to settle things. But he pulled through. Young kid, he's got a lot of fight in him. So I'm gonna give 7.5.
Right.
Played an amazing game.
Devin, Dalot.
I thought, well, pretty much, yeah. I'd probably go with, I give him a 7 as well. Like I think I'd have to say the back line pretty much was all 7s or 7.5s. I thought as a whole they played brilliant that game. Yes, we knew Arsenal was going to have some pace at them, but I loved how right from the get-go, same thing they did with Liverpool, where right from the beginning of it, like the first challenges, you could have won the ball, be like, nah, I want the crunching tackles, set the tone early for the rest of the team.
Yes.
So I'm like, with that one, I love setting the tone right from early like that. Like, you're not going to have it easy today, Arsenal.
Joe, Dalot, not your favorite player, but I think
you're
starting to grow on him.
But he's because you know why. It's always been. I always felt that he fell short defensively, and during these last 4 games, he's shown himself to be very proficient at that. And that, as long as he's doing that, man, he can bomb as far forward as he wants. He can, as long as I know when the team needs him to play defense and he comes through, I'll clap him up for that. I'll give him a 7.5, even 8 o'clock, because other than the disallowed goal, right? He actually kind of just pocketed Martinelli. Martinelli was like quiet throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah,
He just completely shut him down. He had less struggles with Martinelli than I thought Malacia was going to have with Saka. Of course, I'm not comparing Saka to Martinelli. Saka is clearly a more technically gifted player, but he did his thing. So yeah, he's definitely holding down that position. He's not getting unseated no time soon.
Oh wow. Let's go to the central parent. Veron, Devin.
Yeah, it's if they had kept the clean sheet, I would have had a higher rating. So that's the only reason why I couldn't go above an 8 for anybody in the defense. If we had the clean sheet, yes, I would have given them that. But I mean, they were fairly solid across the back for everything except for that one goal, which was they kind of invited the pressure coming in. So yeah, I have probably a 7 right now as well.
7 for Veron.
Yeah.
All right. Joe.
Varane, sorry, bro. Diabolic mistake that led to the goal. He gets a 6.5. Other than that, he was on skates for most of the game. With like Jesus was definitely a handful for him.
Yeah,
but he definitely toughened. You know what? I'm a bump him up to 7, right? Because he did. Yes, he got half a point out because of losing the ball in a very vulnerable position, right? But then the way, I mean, you can't deny Jesus not a single shot on goal,
not one
shot. You know, and you got to give Varane a lot of credit for that. You know, so 7.
Okay, let's go to the player of the month, Martinez.
Yeah, it's like I said, across the board, I got to give 7s to the entire backline across the board. So, I mean, I love the tenacity from him. It's definitely something. And one thing that I love the most is like, well, I think Dallos kind of did this last year, and then people looked at him like he's crazy. Like, you ever notice how whenever any in the backline now has a crunching tackle, all the defenders come around and celebrate like
yeah, it's like it's that
I love that. I
like
love
a bunch
that.
of volleyball players, they all get together like a team volleyball.
Yeah,
and
it's good. It shows that commitment. Like you know, you got this. You know, before Wan-Bissaka be looking at Linda look at Wanga like, any of your problem, mate? Get the fuck out of here. Shit. It's disorganized.
So
right,
yeah, but and it's just funny like how Jamie Vardy described him. I'm pretty sure that Gabriel Jesus is saying the same thing about him right now, where he said he's just a bully. Yeah.
Joe.
I mean, what our defense did to Gabriel Jesus, like it was almost criminal. Like I was watching it, like I'm a fan and everything, but if somebody was slapping around Rashford or Sancho like that, I would have thought maybe the referee had an agenda or something. But we definitely, it was just enough. We all like every tackle was just to the line of a yellow card, but never enough.
Right,
you know?
right.
So it was peak. So yeah, definitely 7.5, because he definitely earned his check too. Jesus was definitely a handful. But,
right. Let's move to the midfield. McTominay.
I thought McTominay actually he has stepped up his game a lot since Casemiro has come in. And it's amazing how competition breeds success, where you don't get complacent. And then it's also what I also like is how he's, even though Casemiro's in the side, Ten Hag is still giving McTominay the chance, and he's not disappointing yet. It just like I gotta go with a 7. Like, and the only reason why I'm not going higher with these now is just because I gotta save the higher ratings for those who got goals and assists. Right. That's the only reason why I have to go. I can only pick a 7 right now.
Okay.
Solid 7.5 for McTominay. Considering what, being able to hold back Casemiro, like obviously Ten Hag sees something in him and his style of play. He wasn't completely wasteful. He disappeared from time to time, but it never felt like he because it was a shock that he started the game. I thought
I know, right?
I could have sworn everybody thought
Casemiro
could provide more, But if Casemiro keep making slip ups like he did when he got in, I don't know. You need to be careful with those. All right, luckily it didn't, lead to a goal, but I still want to see Casemiro. I get that. I get I get what I see from McTominay, and it seems like he's doing what the manager wants. So, well, whatever works. And so 7.5.
Ericsson.
So he's gonna get a 7.5 for me. I thought that he worked his ass off in that game. And then and it's weird because I know we all had the concerns about him with his heart and everything that happened before. And I think he ran the most on the pitch. So I mean, like that, and let's not forget about where that one pass he had. I think it was for Rashford's second goal.
Right.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Like it was a pass before the assist, and oh my god, that pass was so beautiful. So like I wish, like sometimes I wish that
it's a little soft.
It's like it's just like sometimes where like it's only the pass before the goal that you see a lot of people get the credit for, but sometimes the one that starts to play, you need to give credit for that too.
Right,
you won't see that on any stat sheets or anything like that. So I do have to give him a 7.5 for today.
Okay, Joe.
Hey, Ericsson gets an 8 for me, man. Like everything that you could possibly think of, like the idea that we got this guy free, right? It's like Frankie the who? Frankie the what? Yo, we got Cass, we got Ericsson, we got Bruno, we still got McFred, still in there, just riding the bench, whatever. But the midfield is in good standing as long as we don't have any injuries or whatever. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I want to even maybe give it an 8.5 because he was definitely pivotal in just doing the basic things, man. So 8.5 actually for Mr. Iron Man, Tony Stark, Christian Eriksen.
Okay. Right. Let's go to Captain of the Day, Mr. Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno for me, I would go with a 7.5 because I think if I remember correct, he had an assist as well in that game, or it was either the free.
He had the assist of the game.
So it was Eriksen to Bruno and Bruno to Rashford. Wasn't that how it went for the second goal?
Outside of the foot, around Gabriel.
Yeah,
it was just
that's a 7.5. That would be a 7.5 for me as well.
The pass that led to the third goal alone, bypassing 3.
It's so like the thing with Bruno, like yes, we know at times he can be very wasteful with his passes and whatnot too.
Better though.
But what I like what Ten Hag has done now is you have the midfield kind of solidified. I kind of don't mind him taking those chances now as much anymore because at least you know that you have coverage in the back. Right. Now, with that being said, if you do become wasteful one of those passes, what I still want to see more is you at least take the next 5 or 6 seconds afterwards and trying to win the ball back and pressing a little bit more on it. I gotta save the higher ratings for 2 specific players.
You did say higher ratings for the assist and scorers. He's an assister, so what are you gonna give him now?
Yeah, like I said, he is getting my 7.5 because my
you get 7.5.
No, because my 8 and 8.5 they're already for 2 other players.
Okay, all
and
right.
I think we figured out which 2 those are already. So
it's all good, bro.
Hey, hold on real quick. I got an Amazon delivery. Stand by.
All right. Right.
Yeah, so it's like so. Well, I guess. Well, you want me to name them now, or are we gonna just keep going down the list?
We could just go on. We done Bruno. Let's go to the shot. Then he'll come back with Bruno. So I mean, overall, I think I was shocked. Were you expecting Anthony to start?
No, I was not. I thought that he would come on in like the 50th minute or something like that.
Yeah, that's what we thought we did a pre-match on Saturday, and only Joe and Rodrigo, the Chelsea guy, said you spend that money on him. He's skillful. He should start. All of us were like, okay, it's Premier League, it's different. He's not trained in 2 weeks. I'll bring him on the 60th, that kind of game when United are winning. But to start him, I was.
It paid off. It paid off. like it seems like every single time, like I'm questioning something, and it's like Ten Hag is like, nah, watch this, and it's like, hey, if it like, what can we say? As long as it works, we can question all that you want, but all Ten Hag has to do afterwards is say it worked.
Right. I
No
mean,
issue.
overall,
No
what did you
issues.
think of Anthony as a player? I mean, the minutes he stayed on the field, what did you see? I mean, he's not back fit. Don't get me wrong, he's not 100%.
So it was one thing that, did you notice every single time the ball got past him, they were double teaming him
Yes.
right away?
Two
And
players.
I was actually I was like, oh, like they're afraid of this guy. And I think he had one shot before where like he ballooned it into the stand or something like
He
that.
kind of like, okay.
And I was like, and it was like, because I said one of my concerns with Anthony, I said he's not the finished product yet because he needs to work on his finishing a little bit more. But that left-footed finish was gorgeous.
He didn't even
Like,
stop it. He just
he just placed it. He placed it
placed it.
beautifully. So, like, with that being said, it's like, he needs to work on his finishing more. And he's like, I guess he heard me. So he was like,
No,
okay, watch this.
He did well. I thought
He played very well. And
pressure.
especially when you score on your debut, there's no way that I can rate you below an 8.
Right. On your debut.
And that's why I was trying to like save the ratings, like the higher ratings for Anthony like that. He had a great debut. You could see the trickery with his feet, how very skillful he is.
There was one. He was with two players. Somehow, he was able to make this cut back raw, and Delors made this cross, which Ericsson missed on a volley. I think two of them down that right side, Anthony and Delors, both Portuguese-speaking players. I think because someone was saying, he won't understand English? Oh, Delors right there. He will understand Portuguese if that's what they need to speak to get down the right together. Because we have more Portuguese-speaking players in the team than English-speaking players. So they will figure it out quick. There you go. So Joe, back to you. He gave a rating of Bruno. What's your rating of Bruno?
Bruno gets 7.5, 8.
8
today.
Okay. Let's move to the forward line. Devin's favorite part of the show. Right. Let me go out and save the last. Let's go to Sancho.
I thought Sancho was rather quiet in this game.
He was.
And so like I think Anthony overshadowed him like as a winger. Like I was expecting them to be like linking up like balls across the field to each other, dribbling past players and whatnot. And he just I don't know what happened with Sancho. He was definitely outshone by the other forwards.
Yes.
Quad
game.
It's got to be a 6.5 for me for him.
Joe.
Yeah, about the same. 6.5. Pretty quiet. I'm gonna say he was outshone. It's just, he just wasn't involved as much, the game. Yeah.
Right.
6.5.
Let's go to Rashford.
Man of the match.
Man of the match. MOTH.
Need I say anymore? You come out it's I think him and Gabriel Jesus now are tied on goals for the season. And after Jesus was praised all over the media as a savior of Arsenal and all this stuff too, and Rashford is washed up and done, and they're both on the same goal tally right now. I think maybe Jesus has one more assist, but that's about it. But I mean, you come out there and you scored 2 goals and an assist, and the assist for Anthony's first goal was beautiful. That it was placed so perfect for Anthony as well. All Anthony had to do was just like not even control it. The ball was played so well by Rashford to that. Yeah. He's to me Rashford that's got to be an 8.5 or 9.
Okay. Excuse me, mate. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give it 8.5 too. Got the brace. Yeah, I mean. He disappeared, of course, from time to time, but when it came time, he came through, he settled, he took his chances. He didn't have that many chances, but he executed on it. I mean, great game. Exactly what we need for our forward. Just hang out over by them center backs and just like cook them every chance you get. Right. I mean, the fact that chasing down Ericsson, making sure he was onside. And the ball from Ericsson was a little soft. And if what's his name? Ben White was I almost feel like Ben White had a shot at the ball first, but then he missed when he went with the slide, and then
Right.
Rashford was able to put it away. But
Yes, I
great,
think so.
keeping his composure and finishing it off. It was a great game for Rashford. Good to see him in the scoring chart again.
Right. The man of the hour, 84 million pound man, Brazilian superstar, Dutch champ, won 2 league titles under Ten Hag, and I will always quote his quote: "I am happy to be with Ten Hag again, and we can make great history together with this club."
Game over.
Yeah, he definitely gets an 8 for me. You score on your debut, yeah, you're
Front of
instantly
76,000. That's not
Yeah.
easy. Some people crumble on your debut.
you score on the debut like that, and that celebration, the passion right off the back. It's like I was mentioning before. I love the fact that every single time that he touched the ball, Arsenal was sending 2 defenders on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
that was something
Yes.
that was doing something like that. Like they're afraid of him, and so it was like one of my concerns with him was, could he handle the physicality of the Premier League?
Right.
And he did not disappoint. Yes, he's not completely fit yet, but in the time he was on, he made an impact. Can't ask for anything more than that right now from him.
Right.
Can't beat it. I would say definitely an 8. I'm gonna give him an 8. Can't give him an 8.5 like Rashford, but like for his debut, composure.
I know 76,000. Listen,
I mean,
there's a difference. Hold on. Let me say something, Joe. There's a difference when you start on your debut, then a different when you come in as a sub on your debut. At least the sub, you got time to read the game. This one was like, boom.
But you know
I'm
what?
just trying to get some more marks for him. That's all.
I mean, when he was on the pitch, I don't think I saw him too much integrated into play. I still need to see a bit more from him, right? He gets the 8 because of the goal, not necessarily because of his overall. I still need to see a little bit more. I don't think to give him a high score now would be to like say the entirety of his game was exactly what Ten Hag wants. But I don't think so. I think there's a lot more. The more he spends with the team, the more he he practices with Dalot, right? Definitely really interested to see that matchup. And the fact that if he's pulling 2 defenders over there, right? That gives a lot of space
In the
for the
middle.
McTominays and the Eriksons and the Brunos sneaking there, taking pop shots from outside the box, or but definitely looking forward to seeing him on the lineup more. So 8, just a solid 8.
Right, let's go to subs quickly. Casemiro.
For somebody who's got 5 Champions Leagues, he's been losing that ball a lot. I don't understand why that's happening that way. I'm really baffled by that. He's like, and I have to give him a 6.5 because I just think he's being a little wasteful with his possession.
Okay. But it still needs time to gel. Isn't this his second game as a sub? His first one was against Leicester, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, obviously, he's an older gentleman. He's not that old though. I mean, he's still in great shape.
100%.
Definitely just has to,
work with the team more.
Work with the team and just getting used to the speed of the Premier League, right? Everything that we are being careful about Casemiro, those are the things that I did not see that might have been an issue with Anthony. It just seems like some players are just ready, So Casemiro, I have no doubt he's going to unseat McTominay at some point, because even McTominay on his best days, I still want Casemiro to start on Thursday.
Right.
Despite what I saw from McTominay,
Right.
So if anything, if Ten Hag is really sold on McTominay, Casemiro will start so that McTominay can have a little bit of a rest. Or generally speaking, the team.
Fred.
Didn't even really notice him. I'm gonna give him a 5.
calm down,
I
mate.
mean,
It's a bit harsh.
well,
isn't
no,
it?
no. Let me not say that. I give him like maybe the 5.5
He
and
did
6.
change the game a
Because
bit,
yeah,
when he
yeah,
came.
yeah. Because like his job was just to be a fucking just
a
Break
pest.
the
disrupt play,
attacks.
Just a pest. Yeah.
just a pest, you know. And by that time, Austin was finding it difficult to transition and play because they had changed their shape because of all the forwards they had substituted in. So he was just there to just disrupt. He was just a menace. So 5.5, 6. You know, I give him that 5.5, 6.
Yeah, I would give him a 6.
Give Fred a 6. Okay. Ronaldo.
So although Ronaldo wasn't on the score sheet, I do think he came on. He did influence the game, and he was on for what 35 minutes, I think, something like that.
Yeah, he came on with Fred. Did he replace? He replaced Sancho, right? Was it Sancho he replaced?
I think he replaced Anthony
Oh, was it? Yeah, maybe so. You know, maybe you might be right.
because I think Fred came on for Sancho.
Right. Yes, you're right. He came for Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Probably a 6.5. I give Ronaldo today.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely would have gotten a much bigger. Like it wasn't even really his fault though, because he just was not getting the right service.
Oh,
I feel like if it was
Fred, if that pass
Bruno
the
Bruno
pass from
messed up
Fred.
one opportunity at the end. First
Yeah,
time
Oh.
yes,
pass.
Bruno was too late. He was getting in positions, man, and it's like he wanted it. Oh my god, it ached. It hurt
Yeah, I
me,
could see the
man.
anger. Like
It
Bruno should have
hurt.
made the one time pass. Bruno, the dilly dally, like he now plays it on the
Yeah,
player's
man.
leg. Like really, bro.
Bruno,
That
man.
was a
Like
tap in. A tap in. That was just a tap in.
yo, I feel like if we want to keep this guy happy, right? I'm sure this is not his optimal way of playing this season, coming off the bench. But if we're gonna be playing Ronaldo, we need to feed this beast, man. We need to feed this beast so he can bang in goals. I feel like if Ronaldo's scoring goals, he'll be fine coming off the bench. Like you won't hear too much from him.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I
Just
mean,
let this guy score
if-
goals, man.
well, it's like it seems right now, like as long as the team is winning and the team is playing well, he's fine with his role. Like to me, he looked genuinely happy for Anthony
Yes,
when Anthony
yes,
scored.
yes, yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think there was another game where was it Sancho that scored and he was actually clapping as well
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
on the
yeah.
sideline.
So
So
if the
as long
team
as
is
the team is playing well and you have that direct understanding with the manager exactly what the thinking is.
Yeah.
I really don't see that being a problem.
right.
Because here's like, and I can't believe I'm about to say this about Ronaldo. It seems that he's lost a step or two in speed.
He's lost what?
He's
Yeah.
lost a step or two in his speed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And so, like when you're trying to play this fast flowing football and everything too, yes, we know once you get in the box you are lethal. But you're trying to set up on the counter and there is no way you're going to tell me that you're faster than Rashford or Sancho. There's no way. Or even Anthony now. So, but yes, like if you're playing the style beforehand where it's okay, he's already up there, you just try to just feed him the ball. Okay, we're gonna have games where we're gonna need that. But for now, like you have to know what
Run
type of
onto
team you're
the
playing
pass.
against, and you know what team you're playing against, what style they play. And if you're gonna be playing counter-attacking, I'm sorry, he can't. He can come on. He can come on against tired legs and make an impact, but right from the get-go, no.
Right.
Yeah,
And he's got to understand that.
Man, even from the get-go, I've seen him get ran down by certain center backs that should not be like I've seen him ran down by center backs that would not have made it against any of our other forwards. They're not catching Sancho, they're not catching Martial, they're not catching Elanga, you know, they're definitely not catching Anthony. So yeah, that step, it's just like it's unfortunate, but I don't know what kind of I don't know if Ten Hag has formulated a system so that Ronaldo can bag in goals. It seems like the system right now suits Rashford and Martial.
Right.
Not Ronaldo.
Right.
So
I don't know where Martial's coming back. I'm looking forward to seeing Martial.
I think I was hearing something.
What's up with him that silly ass head today?
Thursday, that he could be coming back for Thursday.
That would be great. And I
But
hope
with
he's
that
not
being
going to be
said,
out again.
with that being said, he's still going to need a couple of games to get up to speed.
True.
Before he gets injured again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Eric Ten Hag selection, tactics, and substitutions?
Oh, Ten Hag to me, he's got to be at 8.5.
8.5.
Nah, yo, 8.5, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what did he get wrong? What tactics did he get wrong?
I want to hear. I
Exactly.
want to hear what Joe's gonna say.
Yo, Taya gets like.
Let me hear this one.
I feel like he got it spot on, man. Yeah, like this. I mean, as far as like there was no. Nah, he gets a 9, maybe even he gets a 9 for me, man, because I even had doubt. Everybody called for Casemiro. Everybody called for Ronaldo. He said, "Hold up, fellas, chill for a second." And we
Take
were able to get
Anthony.
this win. Yeah, starting Anthony. That was a good call.
No,
He gets a 9. He gets a 9.
Maybe
Even
it's a little
substitutions.
harsh. Maybe it's a little harsh me grading it like this. I would have done that if we had the clean sheet.
Yeah, but it's not his fault though. It's not his. He didn't tell me.
Like that, that's the only reason why I didn't go higher. But I still think he it was a good rating.
But you got to judge it by what you think. Like, okay, so if Varane was playing a certain way, right, that like for instance, if we concede a goal because the team is playing from the back, right, and it's Harry Maguire. We all know Harry Maguire can't play from the back. But if the manager is telling them to play from the back and that leads to a goal, then I would fault him. But I don't think he's telling Varane, "Oh, I need you to give the ball away uselessly in this very vulnerable position,
right,
and then lead us to."
So you're saying it's not the manager's fault. We know that
because you're dinging him for that, and I'm saying that's not his fault. That was totally Varane. Varane has been reprimanded for it,
and
so
that's why you low marked Varane for that. And we're
only half point difference,
okay.
So we're both pretty close right there.
Yo, Devin, what would you have given him? What did you give him when we played Liverpool?
When we played Liverpool, I think I wasn't on any ratings for that day, but if I'm thinking back from that,
What would you give him? Considering you saw the Liverpool game, what would you give him?
Considering how we played that game,
I mean, like we played incredible that game.
Yeah,
so, but it's also like it comes down to
the goal.
I would have to give the 8.5 because if the reason being is I have to be consistent with my ratings. Because if I give it 9 for that, if I give it 9 for that and we conceded, I would not be consistent with my ratings
I like Devin's style. Devin's style is the master. If I give him a 9, there's no room for improvement.
It's just I'm trying to make sure I'm consistent, unlike the VAR calls this weekend. So that's all I'm trying to do.
All right, let's move on. Right, as we all know, we saw that lineup, and most of us, 90% of United fans, were shocked because I was seeing my WhatsApp was going up like, he's starting Anthony, he's starting McTominay again. I like, right.
Yeah,
what was your
the Casemiro one was the one that really shocked you. The Casemiro.
Yeah.
So your first reaction when you saw that lineup, Joe, what was going through your mind? Did you feel? I mean, in the preview, you did say you wanted Anthony to start. But was it the Casemiro one that shook you or the Anthony one that shook you?
It was the Casemiro one because I figured, but at the same time, when I said I wanted Anthony, I also wanted Cristiano, and I felt like bringing in Casemiro would be because that's a risk, right? That was a riskier lineup as far as the forwards, bringing in Cristiano and
Casemiro
and Anthony, right?
Anthony.
If you bring in Cristiano and Anthony, I figured maybe we needed more coverage, right? So I thought he would bring in a more experienced and skillful defensive midfielder. But, he stuck to his guns with McTominay, and that was the only thing that really shocked me because I didn't, McTominay been having decent games, right? But that's just only the bar is like set so low for McTominay, where we have so much more aspiration when it comes to what Casemiro brings to the team. We want to see him change the team like a Conte. You know what I mean? Just completely just boss it back there. So, That was the only shock for me. Sitting Cristiano, I totally get that. I
Right.
totally get that because we've been scoring defensively, we've been sound, and he saw no reason why not to continue that.
So I was very shocked, more so with Casemiro as well too. I started questioning like, okay, is he already thinking about maybe like rotating the side already? Because I think now we're playing 2-3 games every week now between now and the World Cup. So players are going to need breaks.
Yes.
I think and McTominay did not disappoint in my opinion. It was like it's kind of like you have to have that enforcer in your side who's going to do the dirty work so other players could shine.
Right.
And I think he played that role pretty well today. And he was very and the other thing was I did not see as many back passes from him as usual. And that was something I was actually kind of very pleasantly surprised about that too. And Anthony coming on, it was like, all right, you paid all this money for this guy. Let's see what happens.
Right.
And I was thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna need a little bit of time to settle because you remember Sancho didn't exactly start off.
Ole did not even start the guy for weeks.
But
Anthony
Anthony came in and said, watch this. And hey, it worked. It worked.
I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to certain players, right, they're such at a high. It depends on where they are at their respective leagues. If they're in like on a astronomical, if they look like demigods at their league, they're probably going to be able to make it into the starting lineup any team in the Prem. Like if we picked up Lewandowski, are we really giving Lewandowski a couple of weeks to get acquainted? Nah, that dude is a known killer. He's going straight into the lineup. We picked up Haaland.
But to be fair with that one, Lewandowski should have won 2 Ballon d'Ors. So if you're gonna make Anthony was not there yet. Time will tell what happens. But Lewandowski, even at his age, I would be putting him in.
Right.
Actually, I don't know. Not with the way Ten Hag is playing.
So
right
are
now.
we looking at do you think some teams look at the price of the player, the money they spent on the player, or can they fit in right away, or they need time to blend in?
So one thing I think that worked out in Anthony's favor is Ten Hag knows him already.
Yeah.
They've played, we've coached him before. He knows exactly what he's getting with him coming in here.
Right.
It's not like where if we had signed Lewandowski in that example, the manager had not coached him before. He doesn't know what he's bringing to the table. Like he won't know the player in and out, like going, okay, yeah, you feel ready. How fit do you think you play right now? Can you make an impact? And actually trust the work because you know it. You've worked with them before. With this one, you're kind of just trusting it all on the player, and that doesn't always work out when you do that too.
So this is one thing. A lot of fans say yesterday. I was listening to a lot of fan chats yesterday. People were saying, do you think this is favoritism that any player, the players that Erik ten Hag has gone after, have always gone straight in, than the players who were kind of like, all right, you could have this player instead of this player. Like they said, if De Jong had been bought, he was going straight into that team. Anthony goes straight in. Martinez goes straight in. Malaysia goes straight in. The players he has demanded have gone straight in. Is it because he knows them? I mean, Malaysia played for PSV, not for Ajax. I know.
So if I remember correctly, Malaysia didn't go straight in. Because I think Shaw played the Brighton game, and then he didn't play well. Then Malaysia took the spot, and he just hasn't given it back since because he's been playing brilliant. So
Martinez went straight in, didn't he? Did Martinez go straight in?
Yeah, Martinez went straight in.
Anthony went straight in.
Anthony went straight in. I think Casemiro came off the bench. I think
Casemiro. Casemiro was not exactly Ten Hag's choice. It was I think it was a case of I'm not getting De Jong, and because United boys said CDM, they got this guy. I don't think it was his choice to get Casemiro.
Yeah, I think it was all about De Jong.
Yeah, 100%. And to the closing day, he was still thinking and hoping and believing he's still gonna get De Jong. I think De Jong was the player he had said we're getting this guy, and Casemiro's like, they just said, listen, Casemiro, we need CDM. We got no Matic. Hey, the money for Dion, I think they've used that for Casemiro. So do you think it's just the way because he knows them, or do you think there's a bit of Dutch favoritism in there? Joe?
No, I don't see that at all. It goes, okay, you watch his people in training. You give like he had a preseason with a whole bunch of the players before. He figured, okay, who was actually stepping up, who wasn't. And I mean, I think it's man management because I am all for like what he's doing with Casemiro and McTominay right now. Where I am pretty sure 90% of United fans would say Casemiro should be playing over McTominay. Right. However, with that being said, he's telling McTominay, hey, look, you've had this spot right now. Look at what I did. Look what happened with Luke Shaw. This spot is yours until you lose it. And when you lose it, he's going to step up, and there's no guarantee you're going to get your spot back. So, and Casemiro, he's telling Casemiro, hey, the second that he loses that spot, you better be ready to come in and not disappoint. But you still got to be ready on any moment's notice. So I don't really see that as favoritism. I think it's also with when it comes to Maguire specifically, it's the same thing. Everybody knows his confidence right now is pretty much shot. He's getting abused left and right. Like shoot, he tried to help out some kid with I think getting a bone marrow transplant. He tried to put up a story about that on social media and was getting abused about his playing.
He's really trying to improve his social status, isn't he?
So, but it's Maguire. So yeah, when you have your chance to come in, you better take it by the horns. But I'm telling you right now, there is no way right now that he is unseating Martinez or Varane. That partnership is looking great.
Right.
So you got to be, but you still have to be ready, especially with the World Cup coming, and you want to make sure you keep that spot for England, because if I remember correctly, Southgate was just in Italy this past weekend looking at Chris Smalling.
How about who?
At Chris Smalling.
Chris Smalling in Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine losing your spot to Chris
other half
Smalling,
of the
bro?
Chuckle Brothers? Is that the same guy we're talking about here? That Chris Smalling, right?
Mike Smalling. Mike Smalling. Yeah. Shout out to Van Hall. Mike Smalling.
One half of the Chuckle Brothers from I played on the Marine.
But yeah, so like, and that's my point being like,
Chris Smalling is better than Maguire.
From what I've heard, the Roma fans love him out there. I don't think it's favoritism. I don't think it's favoritism to say, hey, you like maybe they earned their spot in training or they stepped up in the games and they have not disappointed. But I think he's given everybody a legitimate chance at earning your spot.
Right. So as we can see, Erik ten Hag, what he goes and what he believes in is what happens. He doesn't care what you've done previously. If, like you said, if he believes in you and has played with you, there's more chance. I know your abilities. I think Anthony can handle the pressure. Debut, front of 76,000. The press are watching like 84 million pounds spent on this guy. I know they're waiting for this guy to fuck up yesterday. I know they were. So
when he missed that first shot,
you
could already hear the abuse. How much you spent on him again? Oh, wait, how much was that again? You spent on him? He scored the goal. Crickets.
100%. It went well, and you could see the arrogance. I mean, the joy. Like, you know what? Already passion. Yeah, that electricity showing
and celebrating right in front of the Arsenal supporters doing that too. Right in front of the away end too. Like I'm like, yeah, I like.
He didn't get a yellow for that. I thought I could have sworn he got
no. Because
he was taunting the fans.
No. I don't think you get books for that. I think you only get bookings if you take your shirt off.
You gotta take your shirt off. I think you got to. So as we saw, United scored 3 goals. Arsenal scored 1. The second half, Arsenal came out really fast. They were getting closer and closer and closer. They were getting closer to United. I think United started shifting further back. That goal they scored, we kind of not surprised because Arsenal were pushing and pushing. Joe, tell me the part where you saw Arsenal coming at United that second half, because they came out like a house on fire.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the thing with Arsenal this season, they are great. They're looking like a good, solid footballing team. They know how to move move the football, and they know how to get to the other end very efficiently. They move the ball a lot. Their press is all right, but the thing is, they got a little gas, right? So, yeah, it seemed like it was coming, eventually, but I thought it was kind of a shit go, but we move on. The fact that the team was able to recover, even after the first goal, I really didn't, because with the way we looked the first 15 minutes, I didn't think, even if they had allowed the goal, I didn't think it didn't seem like we were going to lose that game because of how strong we looked, so I didn't feel too much about it. I just said, I bet, but I didn't think we were going to lose that game at all. It just because of what I was seeing. So, yeah.
Devin.
So to me, I had a feeling that goal was coming. Like they were pressing hard.
I'm telling you, bro.
At the start, that first 15, 20 minutes, they were pressing so hard at us and putting a lot of pressure in there. But it kind of it almost seemed like Ten Hag purposely did that because he wanted to see how they would react.
Right.
And then he adapted and he realized, oh, they're pressing up a real high line. They're vulnerable on the counterattack. Watch this. Like at least that was my observation about this. I think another thing that helped us out very much is that Arsenal side is very young.
They are.
I think they're lacking leadership on the pitch, like in terms of experience. Because right now, how old is Odegaard? He's what, 24 or something?
There's a bunch of young guns in there.
But like
they are 21 or 22.
Like who in that squad has like won anything significant? I mean, yeah, like I'm talking leagues, not cups. Thomas Partey, but he wasn't a part of it. Because I think he won something at Atletico.
I don't think that team is that Arsenal team is quite young. Our team is young, but they're younger.
But also remember, in our team, we've got winners. We have 2 players on the team who won 5 Champions Leagues. I mean,
you forgot Varane, Casemiro, and Ronaldo.
No, I think Varane only has 4.
Varane has 4. Look at this guy, just 4. Some players never won one, bro.
Is that?
He said just 4.
Ronaldo's got 5
Champions League,
Yeah. No big deal. No big deal at all. Oh, and he's a World Cup winner too. Yeah. No, but no big deal. Yeah.
just throw the medal there. Here's my 2018 World Cup.
Exactly. Damn. But what I'm saying is I think like that made a difference as well too. Like we have players in our team
winners
who have won major competitions.
Right. Martinez won league title with Ajax. Same with Anthony. I think Malaysia was part of the PSV team that was runners up to Ajax twice. So he's been in that competitive situation.
Yeah.
So I think the team is slightly molded to a lot of guys who've achieved and leadership quality, like Varane. Casemiro. These are people who have won things season after season, World Club Champion titles. It's another level. So they see things differently than guys who just, whatever. No, the attitudes has completely changed in United. So that second half, you also the explosion of Arsenal. It's like Arteta told them, go get an equalizer. And they kept pushing United back. But it's the recovery after that. When you saw United go 1-1, were you thinking, here we go again, we're going to concede?
I did not think it at all. I was like, we still got a bunch of changes to make. He's going to make the adjustment. And he realized they were vulnerable for the counterattack.
Right.
And yeah, it was like, okay, 2 or 3 key passes, and we got a 2-goal lead. So real quick, take advantage, use what we have, use our speed. But what I am really curious about now is like with this Arsenal side, with them being so young and having this is their first loss. I think we're gonna find out like the real Arsenal side in the next couple of weeks, like how they respond to this now, which I really don't know which one we're gonna get. So, but I do think that in the next 2 seasons, they're going to be a very legitimate threat.
Wow. So we saw the game at 2-1, at 1-1. a lot of United fans kind of were caught like, can United come back? Because Arsenal, after the second equalizer, they still were pressing for a second goal, and I think that counter attack from United like shut them down at 2-1. Arsenal at 2-1, they kind of took the steam out of Arsenal at 2-1.
Correct.
Joe, at 2-1, where were Arsenal at this point? Were they? Do you think that took the steam out of them?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think it was at that point. That's when they had changed the formation, right? They had brought in a bunch of new players, and that actually was the move that made them even more vulnerable because we banged the next two and just boom, boom, too high of a line. It was like they played right into our hands, you know. But definitely the second goal was really killed them off, you know. I would imagine it's very demoralizing because you want to push forward, right? You want to push forward and be aggressive because you know you're trying to equalize, but then to just know that this team that you're trying to do that to could easily just boom, just like that. That is literally that easy. 2 passes away from a goal. That's it. You know, so that's what killed them off. You know.
Devin.
Yeah, I knew we were winning that game. I don't mean it to sound like in a cocky way, but for the reason why I explained earlier, where we have a team full of winners, that team, that Arsenal side is young. They don't have anybody there with that experience. And I was like, experience is going to win this game. And Ten Hag outsmarted Arteta as well. So I was like, we're going to win this game. I didn't know the exact scoreline, but I knew watching like from that counter attack, I was like, yeah, it's over.
Wow. Right. So I mean the third goal, at that third goal, we saw Eriksen. I think at that point, I think Arsenal defense has completely gone played too far up and were just caught out. Take me through the third goal, Joe.
So go. I mean, some actual good work by Cristiano. He was the one that kind of really kicked that one off on the right side. And the pass, he was the one that got the contact. It was a through, they allowed us to keep, the referee allowed them to keep playing. But yeah, definitely passing it to Bruno, and Bruno seeing, like, you watch it, if you watch like where Eriksen began, right? It's like as soon as the midfield got attracted to the ball, Eriksen was like, I'm watching him because I don't even think he rose his hand towards Bruno to be like, yo, I'm making a run. Like Bruno just got the pass, one touch, already knew it was coming. Yo, it was almost like, I don't know if you could plug another channel. Like if you could go watch Troop TV, like when Arsenal conceded, like it was just like it just came out of nowhere because it was like, wait a minute, what's Eriksen doing there? Hold up, why is anybody not watching? It's like he just slid in there, like nobody just like loved it. Amazing goal, kept their composure and just fucking killed them off, put them to the sword. That's what I like to see. Because before, that would have been one of those, squeaky bum time, the last 10 minutes. Right? Stoppage time, they're battering us. David De Gea making saves all over the place, but we just settled it. Fred came in, settled. Casemiro, settled. But yeah, way to put them to the sword and just finish the game off. It's a good change.
So
good
one thing about that, like I want to, like, if I get into coaching again, I want to keep this clip because I want people to see the run Marcus Rashford made to be in that position. Where you're screaming about hustling as well, like how he was on, and in Britain, the British trying to say he was on his bike running for that. And I saw him looking out, and like it's like, if anybody here plays FIFA, you know exactly what type of goal those are, where you have the guy running on the outside and you square it across for the easy tap in going across. To me, that was the perfect example of that. When I saw Eriksen, I was screaming pass because I thought he was gonna shoot. And then as soon as he saw Rashford, and then Rashford slid, I was like,
yeah, he could have scored. Do you think the angle was too tight for him to score himself?
Oh no. So the thing is, like, what I love the most is, like, because it looked like Ramsey was already committing towards Eriksen.
Yes.
And then he also saw
the
Rashford
angle
was there because Rashford was coming in fast. Like he was, and so to me, that is the perfect example of why you never give up, where you always hustle no matter what, even if you think the other player is just going to slot it in. Nah, because Rashford put himself in that position, and he was very well rewarded with that goal. But you have to give credit to Eriksen for not being selfish.
Right. That was very good because, like you said, the Ramsdale started closing on Eriksen, so he had like a split second to cut that ball at the right time. And as you said, Rashford just started making that run to collect just in case he needed to. A bad day on another day would have overcut the ball too far back, and he would have had to gone behind him. But the timing was perfect. It was a good goal, good game. I thought the goals were all taken well. The goal we conceded, it could be done better. We got Real Sociedad on Thursday, Europa League. Does anyone see any changes? Do you think it's going to change?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Joe? Devin, go on, Dev.
So this one, I think Casemiro will play. I also think that Martinez and Malacia are probably going to need a rest. I also could see Ronaldo playing. But the other thing now, and this is where it gets tricky, because we play Crystal Palace on Thursday. I'm sorry, on Sunday after playing on Thursday. And Patrick Vieira, that side has coached that side pretty well, because I mean, in my opinion, that's his audition for the Arsenal job after Arteta leaves, and he is not disappointing. But how do you rotate the side enough against Sociedad to make sure you're ready for that game on Sunday without also not getting run over? Because this is our first game in the Europa League, and I think this is our toughest competition in our group right now. And also the other thing is, we traditionally, and this has gone back to even Fergie days, we typically do not play well against Spanish sides in Europe.
Yeah.
So I am hoping that we can do enough and put this game away in the first half, and then you can rotate the side with Sunday in mind while still holding out to get a result.
Right. So, Joe, this Real Sociedad team on Thursday. We got Crystal Palace on Sunday away. Crystal Palace are not going to be an easy game. They beat us last season 1-0. Didn't we just beat them in the preseason? We played them in preseason, didn't we?
Yes, but remember, like three-quarters of their team had to stay back because of the vaccine stuff.
Yeah. So this is gonna be,
that does not count. That does not count.
Right. So this Crystal Palace team will be ready. Don't forget, they have a whole week free. They're not playing Europe. They're not Europe. So they have more time to prepare for United. Like you said, that heavy rotation on Thursday is going to be very key for the Sunday game. Joe, from what Devin has said, how much rotation will be needed? Are we going to see Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, the old school? Are we going to bring? We're going to see Ole's back for back, bringing the band back together.
I don't see why not. I mean, okay, I would probably maybe keep either Varane or Martinez, and one of them. Harry Maguire is going to start that game. Fuck it, bring in Luke Shaw. Let's see Luke Shaw. Let's see Luke Shaw do something. Instead of Sancho, let's put Elanga out there, right? This is another game I feel maybe Martinez could.
Van der Beek.
Yeah. Oh, Van der Beek. I don't know. I kind of feel like yeah, you know what? You're right though. Instead of like maybe a Eriksen or a Bruno, maybe like if Eriksen starts, but Bruno, if one of them doesn't start, right? Either of them could just play Bruno's spot, and then just have Donny play Eriksen's position. In this case, he's probably gonna start Fred or whatever. But I would start Casemiro actually.
Casemiro, Fred, and Van der Beek.
And Van der Beek. But I don't want to put too many changes. We're playing Crystal Palace. I don't see Cristiano Ronaldo starting that game, so I would start Cristiano for this game
On Thursday.
No.
So start
And then
Cristiano on Thursday.
Yes, give Anthony some more minutes as well. He doesn't have to play the whole game, but you can do the same exact thing. Take him out like in the 60th minute. You know, just get his legs right. You know, so that he'll be ready to start on Sunday. You know what I mean? So
Rashford to sit this one out. Rashford to sit this one out.
I would say Rashford. Let's sit him out because we need to be real careful with Rashford now. He's bagging in goals, giving us assists, And right now, we can't afford for him to get injured or overuse him too much. It may be, like I said, start Cristiano Ronaldo, or maybe give Martial, if he's fit, a chance to get his legs right.
Well, if he's fit, he's playing. If it's fit, he's
playing, he
not.
should
If he's
play.
fit, he's playing. I'm not saying the full 90, but if he's ready to go, he's got to play in this game.
Yeah. Maybe
Uh,
throw in, maybe if once we command the game, right? Maybe see the game off with some of our youths. Let me see a little bit of Garnacho and some of the other guys.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about Garnacho for when we play Sheriff the following Thursday. Not this Thursday, the following Thursday. That's what I really want to
Oh,
see.
yeah, perfect. Start him. Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
because and that's why I think it's so important to get a good result right off the back. And hopefully, with that being said, we can. My hope is to have it wrapped up within the first 4 games already qualified, and then you can actually rotate the side and give some of the youth players some experience in European competition.
Predicted
Something
score.
we didn't used to do.
Devin.
This one I can't predict because I don't have a general consensus on the lineup.
So Real Sociedad haven't won a game this season, I think, in La Liga. If my memory serves me right, they're struggling.
Yes, but don't forget who's on their team.
Who's on their team?
David Silva.
Oh yeah,
and he always plays well against us. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, but I have to give respect to his game against us. He always does something against us.
If he was facing our normal back 4, I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't have a problem. But since we are going to probably start Maguire and some of our other bench players,
I called them the OB4, always back 4. Luke, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof.
I think Varane will start, but if we get to a comfortable lead, then he will come off.
I wouldn't risk Varane for that game.
It's more so just so you don't change it up too much,
right?
And then at least this way you have some more experience in the back just to start off, get the result, and then you start rotating the side with Sunday in mind.
It's important go on.
I definitely want to see Martinez and Malacia get some rest.
Right. I think it's key we start this Europa League well, get the 3 points, knock it out, because who remembers the season whereby we went flying, then we went to Turkey and fucked up at Turkey and struggled, couldn't even come out of the group. We lost at home to PSG, lost again to who was the other team in there? RB Leipzig, and didn't qualify. But we started like house on fire. We won all those games. Then we got to Turkey.
Yeah.
We went. I remember that goal well.
It was freaking Demba Ba. Demba Ba. Yes. 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 I remember which one you're talking about now. Oh my God.
And it was only Matty chasing him from the center circle. The guy was gone. Everybody else was camped. It was
it was Istanbul Başakşehir, or however you say that name, but Başakşehir, something like that. Yeah.
It was a corner kick we had. And for some reason, 9 players got stuck in the box there. Demba Ba was gone with the ball. It was only Matty chasing the guy. Everybody else was in the box at the other end of the field. It was a mess, mate. That was Ole. That was all Ole.
Because we had beaten PSG, and we didn't we beat? I think we beat was Juventus in our group as well too. I think
we beat PSG, we beat RB Leipzig, and everybody had beaten that Turkish team apart from us.
Yep.
Those are the days.
We now lost at home to PSG, lost to RB Leipzig. It was just stupid. But so it's imperative we start well and focus, because as much as this is Europa League, it's one bad result that will just come and turn around and mess up. You're not qualifying, because if United don't qualify to the next stage, I'm sorry, that's a big disappointment. It's a big disappointment.
Massive. I mean,
I think they should be going into this competition with the mindset of winning it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens when the teams from Champions League drop into the Europa League, I still think that United, and that's another key point as well, because you want to be one of those seeded teams coming into the next round of the competition. Exactly. So you're not playing one of those teams that just came in from the Champions League.
Yeah, because the Champions League drops off a few passengers than not
Yeah.
coming to the Europa
But
League.
if you're one of the seeded teams by winning your group, then you don't play one of those teams right off the bat. So it gives you a little bit more time to make sure you got everything right for when you do play them in the next round, if you make it that far.
Right. I see Joe showing United passionate fans yesterday against Arsenal victory. That was at Alba. Yep. Yep. So
Let's go.
predicted score. Okay, Devin. You're still going back and forth. Well, however you want to analyze the game, I need the score, mate. You ain't gonna avoid that. So you can tell me about tactics.
I will probably
lineup.
say it's gonna. If I have to predict the score line right now, based on what I want to see happen, 2-1 us. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy win at all.
Right. Joe.
I'm hoping we rest a lot of players, and because of that, you're probably going to have our second squad. I haven't seen our second squad yet, so I'm going to give this one, if possible. I really don't want to give a prediction, but it'll probably 1-0 or 1-1 us. 1-1 if Maguire scores. 1-1 if Maguire plays. It's definitely
you see this one was not fun to do a prediction on.
It is not. That's why I asked you, because I know it's a difficult one, because the lineup is going to completely change. One, and most of these players who are going to play haven't really been playing, and are not played as a team this season. So it's going to be a very tricky game. I'm not too comfortable. But like Joe said, if we do like start the regulars, then get the result and start pulling them all off. You know, if not.
So what's gonna be your score prediction then? Since we had to do it,
I will go 2-1. I'll keep it easy. 2-1 straight, mate. I'll take a 2-1, 3 points. 2-1. I think 1-0. I think Real Sociedad, because United's defense is still not that. It's like you said, Devin. It's also difficult when you don't know the team is gonna play. It's hard.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But 2-1, 2-1. I can see United grinding a result. 2-1. Anything more than 2-1 will be a bonus, because at this point you might as well just try and score as much as you can. But those guys are not just gonna lie down. I think they also trying to salvage some pride, because they are absolutely struggling in La Liga. But La Liga and European tournament are completely different, you know?
That's true.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen. Any points you want to quickly raise? Any questions, Devin? Any questions, Joe?
Who do you think will be our first goal scorer in that game?
If he starts Martial and Ronaldo, I think it's going to be one of those two. If he starts Martial, I think one of Ronaldo will score. Either Ronaldo or Martial score will be our first goal scorer. I think the front line will score. If Ronaldo starts, he'll score.
If Anthony starts, he'll score.
First goal?
First goal.
You think Anthony will start?
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100%.
Getting kind of match fit,
match fit. Yeah, and just bring him off early.
Do you guys think Anthony comes across as arrogant, or just?
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's definitely given me
the social media, the Pogba kind of.
I wouldn't go as far as the Pogba, right? Because Pogba speaks English, all these different languages, right? Like it doesn't translate as well because he's just Portuguese, you know. So like he's just like maybe that's like their version, like a Brazilian. You know, I think he's definitely more on like the Neymar side of things as far as showboating than on, let's say,
international showboating.
Yeah, you know, because that's what I saw in him. Like this guy wants the spotlight. Right, you can tell.
I
like,
can see
he wanted to start this game. Right, he wanted to be in this game. You know, and he's just ready, like just to show the world what he can do. You know, and Ajax was just, you know, he outgrew that pond. You know, and it's great to go to another pond by your choice and then get the bag at the same time. He's excited, man, and he's just trying to. He's looking at himself, you know, in the same cloth as some of the greats that have come through. I'm sure he's definitely somebody that looked at Cristiano Ronaldo coming through Old Trafford,
so too. Yeah,
and he's trying to replicate that. It's just that right now he doesn't have a Keno to tell him to stop fucking around over there on that right side. We'll step over and see he doesn't have anybody to tell him that, which is weird. To be honest, the only person that would tell him to do that
Is
would be
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You know, so that's hey.
And he probably said in a Portuguese term, like, he said in Portuguese,
like,
like, calm yourself down, bro.
Hey, calm your ass down there, young fella.
Kino don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Kino once told, when Rio Ferdinand came from Leeds and they were training, first training practice, Rio Ferdinand always said this in his book. Back in Leeds, we used to pass the ball backwards. So he passed the ball backwards. King told everyone, let's stop training. He said, stop. You ain't in effing Leeds. In effing United, we played the ball forward, not effing backwards. King Ferdinand said he was shaking in his boots, like he didn't know, like, oh shit. It got into his head, like the ball go at United, we play forward, not passing the ball backwards.
Especially as a defender.
As a defender.
Yeah.
Don't want your defender getting used to passing the ball backwards.
Yeah. King told everyone stop.
Yeah.
And it gave him a mouthful. Guy, what first day training? That is not exactly welcoming, is it? It's like, shit, this guy ain't playing games. And King wasn't like saying it like, oh, please pass the ball forward. He literally screamed it to him, like, listen, there were effing words thrown in there. You know, and the guy had to like, oh, sugar, this is, oh, dang. So, but it's a mentality. The culture, as in, this is the way we do things. Anthony comes again. I looked at his social platform. And Ajax, you know, he takes his shirt off. He's a star. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. He loves the attention. Don't get me wrong, but his footwork, this football does the talking too. But I just hope he stays grounded and delivers, because the English media
they're
like,
waiting. They're waiting.
they are like,
so
yeah.
It's what I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. Going up to the World Cup, because he's trying to get in that side.
Is he a regular? Is he a regular in the Brazilian team?
I think it's between him and Rafinha for that spot.
Wow.
I think, and so I think he's gonna want to do everything in his power to make sure he gets that starting spot. What I am curious about is after the World Cup, will he still keep on playing the same way?
Right, because remember, going to the World Cup also elevates his status. Think about it. He's playing for Manchester United. So a lot of Brazilian fans will be watching Manchester United.
And it's not that. We also have two other starters. We have three of Brazil starters in our team.
Yeah, Casemiro and Fred.
Yeah.
So that's half 1/3 of the Brazilian national team. Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's a pretty.
Hey,
I'll take much
it. I'll take it.
It's but again, it's like, because I just haven't seen how he handles adversity. Because God forbid they have a heartbreaking loss at the World Cup and like the confidence gets shot. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get obliterated 7-2.
I don't think that German fashion will repeat itself again.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But like, God forbid they get like a real heartbreaker, like real close result, and they lose when they were so close to it, and then the confidence is shot. AKA, well, almost like what happened with Rashford with the Euro final.
Yeah.
And you see how long it took him to recover.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, yes, he was racially abused, which should have not happened in the first place, but it still wrecked his confidence. He had to build it up.
Yeah, they're human. They are human. They are human beings. They
So
read
probably,
the papers. Don't get me wrong. They read what is printed out.
So that's probably right now would be my biggest concern, because my biggest concern before is that I was like, I'm watching him do all the steppers. I'm like, he needs to work on his finishing. He shut me up. He shut me up yesterday. So yeah.
I look at it like this. From what I've seen, as far as Ten Hag bringing his people in, he's recognized that there's a mental weakness in this team, and he's not bringing people over that are mentally weak.
Right.
Look at Martinez. Look at Malancia. Look at Casemiro definitely has to be mentally tough to perform at that level for so long, right? I would expect Anthony to be just the same way, because there's a certain mentality that's required of you to play under Ten Hag, and obviously Anthony has it. So even if we lose that game, he just doesn't come across to me, man, like as someone that's just gonna put he does not care. It's almost as if, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking at Manchester United as a stepping stone on his way to Spain. you know, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna boss it. I'm gonna bully these left backs out here in the Premier League, and I'm gonna be on my way to Real Madrid or Barcelona soon. You know, he's just gonna win trophies. You know, he's just loving it. I don't think he's
A
weak at
lot of
all,
people
man.
see a lot of young Ronaldo, but Ronaldo came at 18. It's different when you come at 23. And
So he should be more
football has
mature.
stages. Yeah,
Yeah.
football has stages. Ronaldo had just left Sporting Lisbon, 18-year-old. Just lost his father 6 months at Johnny United. It's a whole. So Alex Ferguson became his new adopted father, football-wise. He came in on his debut against Bolton. We were already leading 3-1. The world hadn't seen Ronaldo before, and at that 18-year-old, the confidence was there. You know, the tippy toe, he delivered on his debut. 18 years later, he said he was more nervous on his debut against Newcastle. Devin, you were at that game.
Yes,
Than when he came in as an 18-year-old. Because the pressure's more now than it used to be back in the day. So when Ronaldo came in 2004, there's no social media like it is now. There's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, none of that were even in existence.
Well, because it was also like he had already established himself. He
Yeah.
won the Ballon d'Or, and it's like, I'm coming, like, so he's coming back here now after all this time. It's like, and you know the entire world is watching that, and you're like, oh, you can't disappoint, and he scored a rich.
Yeah. So Anthony yesterday, I'm happy he scored because coming on as a sub, you have the time to read the game. Starting the game, you're like, okay, we're starting as it starts. You have no time to read the game because the game is starting when you start. So I thought he handled himself well. A few passes went a bit astray. He skied one ball, but his scoring really gave him that good redemption and the confidence and the platform. I saw his badge. It was beautiful. I just hope in 5 years' time, when he's trying to go to Real Madrid and Barca, he ain't going to go on strike. Because what goes around does come around.
I hope he stays with us for a very long time if he keeps on producing like this.
Right.
Like I don't even want to be thinking about. I don't want him thinking about next club right now or anything like that. I just want him purely focused on Manchester United and I want him to be there as long as possible.
Because they say all Brazilian players. Spain is always is where they always like to go. You see what I mean? It's always something. There's something in Spain or Spanish clubs that that I don't know what was with Brazilian players. I don't know what's with Spain. I don't know if it's the weather.
I think it's the party lifestyle and all that too. They have it in Madrid and Barcelona. Like they don't eat dinner until like 12 o'clock at night. Right. So, and they party, they sleep in, they don't train till like in the afternoon. I think that's correct. And like when you come to England and the weather is not exactly the greatest, and you're training at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning when you're used to having late nights partying and whatnot too. And I think it's also the media has a big role in that to play. Right. Because if you're not British, yeah,
you're toast, man. Joe, you were about to say something about this. What's the attraction was Brazilian players to Spain than in England? What they always come to England, but it's either a transition or they've left Spain and coming to. I don't want to say retire, but you know.
I mean, I'm just saying it's probably because they want something that reminds them of home. Beautiful weather and beautiful women. I mean, what else do you want? You're an international baller. You know,
if you look at it, you go back to Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Romario, Ronaldinho, they all went to Spain. They never went anywhere else but Spain.
Well, considering how long it took for South Americans to really make like a stamp in England, you know, Spain has always been their Ragnarok. They're you know the top of the mountain. They're Everest. You know, You know, so historically speaking, yeah, their greatest players have gone to play for Barcelona, Real, Atletico, and all of that. So it makes sense.
I think another thing that also is a big factor is Portuguese and Spanish are very close in the language. Right. So it could be easier for them to communicate there than go into other places as well too.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure with you guys today. We've seen the analysis of how United destroyed Arsenal yesterday. I think some Arsenal fans have gone very quiet. I've not heard my phone ring. It was all over the place on Saturday morning and Friday, and no one's called me today from Arsenal. I've called some of my Arsenal fans. They're like, Tim, not today, not today. I like, why not today? But it was okay on Saturday. But it is what it is. I just told the brother, I said, listen, I'm just asking to see how you are. It's not even football related. He said, Tim, don't start with me. Hey.
So we have we there was a song that came out across the Caribbean earlier this year. So it's like, while I'm waiting for all these Arsenal fans to do whatever, I'm just gonna sit here, drink water, and mind my business.
100%. It's that simple. I don't know how. I don't. And like I said, maybe it's because they don't realize we have been starved of glory longer than them. I mean, we are used to winning titles. They last won a title 2004. We last won a title 2013. But we want to win, but they are just like, hang on, invincibles after 5 games. I mean, even the most confused United fan would not think of winning the league title of game 4.
Oh,
game
like
5.
It's called delusion.
What I said before this game was we were going to find out which one of these two sides was legit, because I was saying Arsenal really didn't play any legit challenges yet. Yes, we beat Liverpool, but I also say that Liverpool side is
a bit crippled.
Yes, they have not properly replaced.
They're struggling,
and they had a lot of injuries in the midfield. And Virgil van Dijk looks like he's on ice skates right now.
I know, right?
So that's why I was like, I didn't really count that. I said this Arsenal test will be the one for us. Now I'm thinking already to October 2nd, the derby.
Do you think Liverpool are struggling at the moment?
Yes.
Because of Mane? I mean, Mane is a big factor, but I didn't think he was going to.
Well, it's not so much that, it's also their midfield is aging.
Midfield's aging. Even though the midfield is aging,
and they had a lot of injuries as well too. Like they had to get that emergency loan signing in because Henderson got hurt.
Wow.
Oh, they got an emergency loan signing?
Yeah, like on the last day, like on the last day of the
transfer. Oh, the last day. Yeah, Henderson. They brought somebody for like a couple of weeks,
just for coverage right now because they needed it.
Okay.
Would you guys still rate Liverpool are still going to be one of the title challengers to Man City, or too early to decide? But because of the system,
yes.
You still say
I don't want to take the table seriously at all until after the World Cup. Well, normally I say beginning of the year the table will start to take shape. With that being said, I think it was 2-3 years ago we were top of the league and then we blew it to City. So anything could happen. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that? Yeah.
The Sheffield United ended all that at Old Trafford. I remember.
So like with that being said, I still remember 2 games into the season we were already relegated in some people's minds.
Oh yeah, lost on the table.
So it is way too early to be writing people off or saying they're already doing something incredible. Yeah. Right. We still have 33 games to go.
I know.
There's still a lot of
marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, I tell them.
And it's not like Klopp is some whatever manager. I feel like he'll manage that team at least to contend.
Now where I'm curious, and this is with any side that's playing in Europe right now, with the way the games are coming so fast.
Yeah.
How do you rotate the side properly? Prevent for not only injury prevention, but also keeping players happy.
Right. So last words.
Yeah.
Devin, last word.
Thank you so much for having me on again. And
welcome, bro.
This club is known from literally rising up from the ashes, and we're starting to see it again. With that being said, this is not the time to get complacent. Need to keep on going.
100%. Joe, last word, please.
Hey, this goes out to Mr. Dean Henderson and all his disciples. Hey, hold that. Hold that real quick. Hey, get your ass out of here, man. This team's going that way, all right? You over here talking about last year's, man. Yo, that's all I got to say. I
All
hope
right.
you saw the game.
Right, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure once again spending your time on Labor Day. I really appreciate your time. Devin, thank you very much for representing the Tampa crew for Man United. Thank you so much for your time. Joe, thank you very much for representing Houston Red Army. Thank you for your time. We should see you guys on Thursday. We'll probably see if we could do a preview for the Real Sociedad. Then we'll have lineups and probably see what Ten Hag's press conference is going to be on the Wednesday, and we could take it from there. But gentlemen, absolutely thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Joe, you know what to do for Spotify. You know how to drop us on the Spotify. Don't forget to. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice bank holiday. Take care. God bless. See you guys soon.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.